There's Push and Go. Just press them down and off they rush. And Baker's Man. He comes apart to play, then goes together again when you want to put him away. And Trail Tracker. Draw a line on the safari park, and wherever you draw, Trail Tracker is sure to follow. Push and Go, Baker's Man and Trail Tracker by Dennis Fisher.
Up Against Time, a game of stacking barrels by matching the right barrel with the right shape. Looks easy, except you're always up against time.
Seven, beat that.
What's this?
You're off and up against time.
But square pegs don't go into round holes, Dad.
Lord Lane. Drop the gate.
No way, one more.
Too late, Dad. Try again.
Up Against Time from Ideal.
Look at this baby. A is for apple. B is for baby.
Look at Me Baby is the new cuddly doll from Palitoy.
Elephant. Pay attention, baby.
Just wind her up with her rattle. She turns her head and only has eyes for you. And here's Baby alive. She can drink and eat her own food. She's a clever baby too. New Look at Me Baby and Baby Alive from Palitoy.
Starbird, a product of space-age technology created by MB Electronics.
Stand by for final test.
Starbird sensors trigger microcircuitry to generate the matching sounds of climbing.
Level off. Descend. Fire laser guns. That does it. Thank you.
Starbird from MB Electronics. Give your child a look at tomorrow today. Command base and launching pad sold separately.
Meccano. Make your own models. Metal models. Realistic models. Mechanoid models. Great models. Motorized models. Moving models. Make your own world with Meccano.
Looking ahead to early evening action this Saturday from ATV and the Western adventure of Catlow.
I think I'll play these.
Oh, come on, you're bluffing. No, you're not.
Yulbrenner is Catlow. ATV tomorrow at 6:30.
For silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never to be told.
If we are not very much mistaken, this is Friday.
Yes.
Right, so
yes.
Welcome to Magpie. We're going to be, I've got this rather difficult interview with this personality.
You'll sail through it.
Do you think so? Thank you very much. I'm meeting Sooty later.
We hope so. Anyway, we're also going to show you how to make some very good Christmas presents. And Fiona Howell, if you're out there, keep watching.
Right, but first of all, here we are, Friday afternoon. I bet you slept through the last period at school, didn't you? So can we open the double doors? Let's start Friday off with a bang with some really stirring Scottish music. Thank you all.
Pipes and drums. For the centre. Quick, march.
The Royal Caledonian Schools were founded in 1815 for the children of servicemen who'd been killed or injured in the Napoleonic Wars. For many years, they were in North London, in a road which eventually took their name, the famous Caledonian Road. Then in 1904, they moved to their present home in Hertfordshire. Today, there are 100 children, aged from 5 to 18, sons and daughters of non-commissioned officers in the Army, Navy and Air Force, living at the Royal Caledonian Schools. The purpose of the schools today is to provide boarding school accommodation, concentrating all their efforts and care on the upbringing of the children, relying on the local state schools to provide their education. Because of their father's frequent postings, many of the children had previously changed schools 6 or more times, and that made it very hard for them to compete equally with youngsters who've lived in the same district all their lives. Oh, yes, lovely. Thank you very much indeed. The Royal Caledonian Schools, pipe, band and dancers. And let's come and have a quick word with the lovely Linda. When she's got her breath back, well done. Now then, that was delightful to watch that sword dancing, but I understand that originally sword dancing had a rather sinister purpose. Is that right?
Yes, they used to dance it during the war because they thought if they danced it, they could win the war.
Really? All blood-curdling stuff to begin with, then. Do you do any other kind of dancing yourself?
I do country dancing and disco dancing in my own time.
Do you find that this kind of dancing helps with disco dancing, or are the two completely dissimilar?
No, it does help in some ways.
Right. How sharp are those swords?
Well, they're filed, so we don't hurt our feet.
That's all right. Oh, panic over. OK. Well done. Thank you very much indeed, Linda. Who's in charge of the band? Who's your pipe major?
James.
James, over there. Right, I'll come and have a word with James. Thanks. Now then, James, tell me, how much practising does the band have to do?
We practice every night.
Really, quite a lot, in fact. I mean, if I may say so, it certainly seems as though you practice a good bit.
Oh, yes, it's quite a good thing.
Are the bagpipes a difficult instrument to learn?
Yes, they're quite hard at first, but once you get the hang of them, it's quite easy.
How long did it take you?
1.5 years.
Right. Why do you think this type of music, this type of traditional music, is still so popular? Because other sorts of traditional music have died out, but this hasn't. It's flourishing. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because it's such an unusual, haunting sound. And anybody that's not from the native country thinks it's unusual, so they like it because it's different.
Right, thank you, James. I'd like a quick word as well with Stephen on the mace. If you could come round here for a second, Stephen. Did I get that right? It is a mace?
Yes, it's a mace.
How heavy is that?
Well, the weight of it doesn't come into it. It's the balance. It's the most important factor.
Right. And when you're performing with it, are you going through a standard routine, or are you just making it up as you go along?
In a competition, you would go through a standard routine, but in an engagement, you just play it by ear.
Which you do very well, if I may say so. Now I see we're being joined by two young ladies in sailors' uniforms. What are you going to do for us now?
It's a sailor's hornpipe performed by the drum corps and Rona and Marlene.
Excellent. In your own time. Thank you very much.
Sailor's hornpipe. Fellas, sound off.
Lovely. Thank you all very much indeed. And a happy St Andrew's Day, by the way, to all our Scottish viewers. Right. Now, what about those badges that I mentioned at the start of the programme? Well, depending on where you live in the country, you may either very recently or fairly recently have seen a number of people wearing some badges rather like these ones that I've got on right here. You can see, and these particular ones actually cost 60 pence, although you can spend £1 or even £2 on something like this. But if you're very clever, you can spend as little as 3, 4 or 5 pence on these sort of badges, which I've made. That's a Murgatroyd there. I think that identifies himself. Not bad at all. And all you really need is this self-hardening clay. Now, there are a number of different brand names of this on the market. It costs around about 70 pence for a pack like that, which gives you a kilo, and you can make 30 or 40 badges from a pack like that, so it's very good value. If the 70 or 80 pence is too much, then you can club together. Several of you can pool your pocket money, and what you do is this. You take a lump of the clay of about the size of the badge that you're going to make, and let's see if I can have a go at making another one of those Murgatroyds. And you just flatten it out, getting rid of the bits you don't want. You flatten it out until you get roughly the shape of your finished badge. Now, believe it or not, that is going to be a Murgatroyd's beak, and that is going to be his tail right there. Now, what you do with this self-hardening clay, you don't need a kiln or anything. You just put it to one side for 24 hours. 24 hours later, this is what it looks like, and it's nice and hard. Listen. Perfect for a badge. Now, it's not quite finished in this particular state because it's probably got a few rough edges, and all you have to do to finish it off is to file away the bumps with an ordinary emery board. That's all that is, and you'll find you can work away quite happily until you've got a nice smooth badge. And then it's a simple matter to paint the badge, and to do the painting what you need are ordinary toy paints, really, which you can buy in toy shops or craft shops, either enamel if you want a shiny finish, or poster paints if you want a slightly matter finish, which actually dries a lot quicker. Once you've painted your badge, you end up with a finished product that looks like this, and then all that you have to do is attach the pin onto the back so that you can stick